Everyone, how's it going? Bonnie Violet, trans genderqueer, spiritual drag artist, digital chaplain.
I'm Pacey, trans non-binary, mental health and recovery advocate.
And welcome to Transjoy Boise, where every story, laugh, and act of joy is a stand for our community.
We uplift bold voices, share real experiences, and celebrate trans lives thriving.
Tune in, connect, and spread the joy because trans joy is
Unstoppable.
unstoppable. That it is.
We crushed it that time.
We did.
Mhm.
We crushed it this weekend too, huh?
Yeah. I would say the march was a success.
I think so.
I think it was. I think I was really, of course we were both so nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything, now that it's happened, I feel like we could say, we didn't get everything all together and like official until the day before the march.
Yeah. As far as like the blessing from the city, the security,
Mhm.
even just all the volunteers.
Yeah, even the volunteers. Because like with the city, for the march, you have to have a permit.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to get the permit signed off by the city, you need to have licensed security and insurance.
Yeah.
And we finally found insurance, but we didn't get security until like the day before.
Right. And they had to drive from Seattle.
Yeah.
They literally got maybe even to the event.
Yeah.
But
yeah, everyone I've told that, we had to bring our security down from Seattle has just been mind blown. And they're like, well, why is that? Like, well, look at how much things have changed in the last year.
I think it did come down to the fact that it was a trans event.
Yeah.
And I do think it did come about down to timing and stuff too, because there was the art in the park. There was also there was some other sort of large event happening as well downtown.
Oh, I walked by it on the way to trivia, yeah.
So there was a lot, I think there was a lot happening. So I do think that did play a role, a little bit of the timing and the weekend. But I think ultimately it was kind of is that okay?
It's fine, yeah.
The flag's like blowing off on you. But I think it might have been a combination of things, yes. And I guess that's just my part of like not wanting to be like.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect representation of us, really.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the opposite end of that too much, really. I'm just like, no, it's because we're fucking trans and they don't want to work with us.
To say that doesn't play a role at all, I think would be silly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think whenever you want to do something for someone, you make it work. And so I think there's an element of like not trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there was like some folks that were, I think when it came down to the end, we saw that people were willing to make it work.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the last minute, and we couldn't have banked on it, because at the end of the day, we just got a permit with signatures, even without the security on it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think there was an element of at least a couple people pushing it through.
Yeah.
Even if like, for whatever reason, everyone else either wasn't on board or wasn't in the whole stream of communication of things.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that. I think that, my take on it is, as people are getting more and more political and we're getting more and more divided, I think that folks, it's just obvious that everything is more hostile towards us right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there are some people that have positions and they leverage those positions to be a pain in the ass for the marginalized people that they dislike.
Yeah.
And I think we definitely ran into that with some of these folks.
Yeah.
But I also think that they were expecting us to just be like, well, okay, we won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there was that element too, like even the morning, was it the morning before, right?
Mm-hmm.
The morning before, there were a couple members on our team who felt like we needed to like, I guess, kind of wave the white flag, if you will, and say we're not going to be able to do a march, or we're going to have to find some other like alternative plan, which we'd already kind of run through some of those.
We'd have a plan B.
As like a plan B. And all that was for me and you was just to light a fire under our asses. And I think sometimes in leadership, and especially maybe being like a new group in leadership or whatever, but I know it was really hard. There was a certain amount of vulnerability, I think, that it took for us to be successful in this event.
Yeah.
And that was being willing to say, reach out to Tom Wheeler at Kenyon County and be like, hey,
help us. Yeah.
We need more volunteers. Can you like help us out? And he'd already been helping us out with security and all these sorts of things. And so I do think that was something that was really beneficial, and is something that I think really forced me to be more open to really inviting more community to be a part of it. And I think that's something that as a group grows, or maybe it's just my experience, but you kind of start to get this expectation that everyone thinks this is going to happen and we just got it and all this sort of stuff, which we do, but sometimes you need a little help. And so I think there was a little bit of like nervousness about being like, hey, we don't have it all together.
It was lucky. I think that's a great point. I think that the community wants to help, and they want to be there. I think they just didn't assume
that they were needed even. Because I think that's the hard part about becoming good at something or being seen as an expert in something, is that people just assume you have all the resources, you have everything you need. And so whereas like I think the first year with things, it's always like this sense of urgency because it's new and all this sort of stuff. And by like the second time, shouldn't be as needy, or all these sorts of things. But I think when it really came down to it, it wasn't that there weren't people who were willing to step up, but there was maybe the perception that we needed help, or that there was a place for them to be helpful, that was missing. And I think it was once as we were able to kind of like call people up and send another email and say, hey, like we're this short, we really need you. I
feel really good about the way it all went down. I think that the crowd was smaller than last year, but I think that the folks, like the crowd that we had, was so about it. I think the people that were there really needed it, and they really wanted to be a part of it. And I think that overall it was really positive.
I didn't remember last year being hot. This year was really hot. I think part of it had to be with where we're located, where we're just like out on the Capitol steps and there's like no shade at all. But it also just felt like I don't recall it being hot.
No, I don't. I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't anything like this year. And like being on the cement like that, it was like being under like a magnifying lens. And it was unbearable. It was unbearably hot. Like when we were marching through downtown, we went past the fountains. Like I just got handfuls of the water and dumped it on my face. But I don't remember it being that hot either.
I was so disappointed. And in some ways, I was I was excited to see. I think so. Like for folks who may or may not know, like I almost passed out just before everything started. And so like I kind of was trying to get myself together a little bit, and was able to get up and at least say hi, welcome. And then once I sat back down, I was like, Preston,
you were
get this
red. Like she was red and just sweaty, and I was like,
it was a combination.
I thought you were gonna like pass out and roll down the steps.
I had already almost passed out. Before that, I had stayed in the shade behind the stairs for a little bit. I had to like take my bra, because I was like, I didn't know I'm like, I seem to be like unreasonably hot and overheated right now. It felt like there's something else going on, because I was like, I drank lots of water, I ate well, so that I could handle it. And then I think I've outgrown a lot of my bras. And so I do think my bra was a little too tight, because I was trying to make sure I was extra bundled up for exposure laws, And so and then I had this gum that had like, was an energy gum that someone had given me. And they were like, oh, you might not want this, it's energy. And I'm like, I just want some gum in my mouth, because I'm walking around talking to people, And I think that might have like,
it could have contributed to it.
I saw this clip and I thought it was embarrassing, but there was a clip of me and I'm just like,
what clip
I was
that?
Like chewing my gum. Like I was in some other world. I'm like, oh my God. It just reminded me of my like crackhead days. I was like, oh.
Send me that clip. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you've shared it all over.
I have?
Yeah. It's okay. Like,
which one was it? Was it our live?
I'm sure no one else even notices it. It's
I didn't
just
notice it either.
for me. I'm just like, oh my gosh! I do think the gum had a bit of a thing to play into it, but I was so embarrassed, you know. But by the time when it came to March, I was getting cramps in like my glutes and my legs, and I was like, I can't do the march.
Yeah.
But it was really kind of cool because I think sometimes when you're emceeing and you're doing all that sort of stuff, sometimes I have a hard time like listening to all the speeches or just being a participant in some ways. And in some ways it was really great. I got to see you really like, I think, step into it in a way that I always knew, but I think I actually like got to just watch it. And I was just really impressed. I know you were nervous, but you just jumped right in, and to see the clips afterwards and just see how well you came across and everything, I was just really impressed. And it felt nice to be able to be like, if I'm gonna fall out like that, I got you by my side, so I don't gotta worry about anything. So that was kind of cool. And I think a lot of people didn't necessarily notice.
I don't think so either, because you were off like in the shade. And yeah, I think that people, because I told several people that like, oh my God, Bonnie Violet almost passed out.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever had heat exhaustion before?
I have, and I have before, and like I definitely was starting to feel extra hot.
Yeah.
But to me, in my mind, I was like, no, this can't be happening. Like I did the stuff you're supposed to do, so this doesn't happen. So I was just a little like, I don't know. I think I was just determined not to accept that that's what was going on to me. And then at some point I just had to. I could have maybe pushed through, but I think it just really would have gotten to a point that, I mean, I still felt it all weekend, but not to the level that I would have if I would have pushed myself.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I've had to go to the hospital for heat exhaustion before.
Yeah, and you can get like poisoning from the heat and stuff. And and I think it definitely could have gotten to that point. But I do think because of like the gum and I think there were a lot of things at play than just the heat that I think really just kind of played into that. So, but it was really great. I loved all the speakers were fantastic. And then the scream.
The scream was great.
Yeah, I was kind of blown away, to be honest with you. I was surprised because it just kept going for one. I thought it was going to be like, and people scream.
We have too much rage.
But it was like 5 minutes of just yelling, screaming, lots of cuss words, lots of fist pumps.
I hope someone got that on film. Like someone.
I think I've seen some angles of it at least. Yeah. But it was kind of cool to get to watch from the front because I could see everyone's face.
Sure, and because I was behind everybody at that point to go and lead it. Yeah.
It was really great. I'm really happy how it all pulled together. Everyone just kind of stepped up with the safety team, planning with Brandon and Jenna and Nixon jumping right in there. Reverend Sarah, I was really impressed with her. Because our sound stuff, like I always feel like the biggest pet peeve when you go to a rally is when the sound is bad. Yeah. And our sound was kind of bad.
Yeah.
We made it work, but it was kind of bad. And part of that was we focused so much on the safety and everything else. And then we're like, okay, we have a sound system.
Next year.
But we're
going to make everything a lot better.
And it wasn't it wasn't horrible. Yeah. It just wasn't as like seamless or as as we would have liked for sure.
But it's all like growing pains, right? Yeah. So all of these, because we learned so much just from last year. So next year we're going to have this, wealth of experience to draw from and create something even better.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm sure of it. And one thing that we've seen already is just kind of the way that it's rippling out. So we've had people contact us from Seattle and Spokane, and someone in Spokane was saying that, they read about the event and they want to do one in Spokane, and like how we're asking us like how we did it. So I can see that it's making changes, and not just here, like the people here, I talked to so many people, I'm sure you did too at Pride, that we're just so grateful for the opportunity to come together and have the representation like that, but it isn't just Boise anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we're starting to see it expand out to the surrounding areas, and it's just, I feel like that's just going to continue.
Yeah, because I mean, even Spokane now is wanting us to help them do their march, which is really kind of cool.
To
people
think that we could do possible. That.
Yeah. And how was the village for you, the trans village?
I liked it. Yeah. It was really nice to be able to have somewhere to just go and like lay down, because Pride is so like overstimulating for me.
Yeah.
There's so much going on, and the weather was all over the fucking place. But being able to go and explore and talk to people, I saw people that I hadn't seen in years, which was really nice. Catch up, and then it was also hot as shit. So then to be able to go back and just relax.
So we had like probably one of the best seats in the house, I think.
Yeah, we actually had like nice shade.
Yeah.
We had blankets. So I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because we were kind of like in it, but not. And like we could hear what's going on at the stage. We couldn't see it, but we could hear it. We had a great spot for fireworks, but yeah, it was nice. There were a lot of folks who just were either too hot and they needed a place to like chill, or just other trans and non-binary folks that just wanted a safe space. You know, we got to sit and chat with like lots of different trans folks and their family members like all weekend long. I really enjoyed it. I just kind of kicked back and it was really kind of nice, because I do think that Pride can feel so and it didn't quite feel that way. I think partially just because they were in a much bigger park. So it felt like there was a lot of space. It had almost the Canyon County vibe to it.
Totally. It was nice to be able to go and then have some place to kind of retreat to and have a reprieve from all of the chaos from Pride. Because like it was quieter over there. It was just like our own area. And
you got your corn dog.
I got 2.
Oh, you got 2?
I had one each day.
Oh, wow.
That's my favorite part of Pride.
Crazy.
Is the corn dog truck.
I know you were saying that you told so many people about it. They probably should have gave you a couple.
They should have given me some fucking free corn dogs. Yeah, because like I talked to so many people about, because there was a year when I was bartending at the Balcony where I was burnout with Pride, because that's like our hell week. We were busy constantly. So I'd go to Pride, like actual Pride, and I'd walk in, I'd go to the corn dog truck, and I'd walk out. Like that was my Pride. And so I was telling people about that, and everyone was like, "Have you gotten your corn dog yet? Because I've already gotten one." So, but yeah,
you were good. You waited until it was time,
till nighttime. But one thing that happened at Pride that was pretty eventful that I told you about was the owner of Old State Saloon, who these people were the ones that put on the Hetero Awesome Fest, that fucking weird circle jerk thing. The owner of that didn't come in, but he sent in his wife, I believe. And she was in there filming with her little GoPro and her phone. And immediately Rowan spots her and is like, "Hey, everyone, this is our special guest, blah, 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 blah." So everyone's like pointing and booing, right? So security gets involved. But security is like surrounding this woman and getting mad at everyone else, like getting mad at us for filming.
Right.
And then BPD is, they have cops in the event. So they come around and they're telling us, because there's a group of like the people that you would expect to be there, like filming, like Lindsay was there, Boise Blackbirds, we were there filming, and the cops told us we could arrest you for assault for filming her. And we were like, are you fucking kidding?
And she was filming you
and
first.
And she like had her phone down or her little GoPro down. She was filming the whole time. So the security wouldn't kick her out. And Lindsay had to call the person in charge of Pride and have him tell security to kick her out. So to me, it was like, you could tell that the security guards were like red. I would think so. And it was also a company that wouldn't do security for us. And it just seems like when you go to Pride, you're in this private event, really. It's all fenced off. Like people can't see in from the outside. And you're assuming that this event is for you. It's by the community. It's for the community.
It's one of the very few spaces.
Exactly. And you would assume that the people that are working there trying to keep you safe would be trying to keep you safe.
Yeah.
So they finally kicked her out, and there were some other protesters, and Mark, the owner, they were right outside of the entrance,
Mhm.
just sitting there, like baiting people into conversation.
Yeah.
And I found that to be very interesting.
Yeah. I don't understand it. Like, what, like, I don't, like, who cares? Like,
Well, yeah.
why do they, like, I don't understand why, like, don't come to go to art in the park, go to, like, there's so many other things to do than to spend your weekend at Gay Pride.
Yeah. It's
especially when
giving
you hate
fucking
gay people.
Exactly.
Like, that just seems so crazy. I don't understand, like, what drives somebody to that point.
Yeah.
Just like there was the airplane.
Yeah.
That was
the
like
rainbow is God's or something.
Yeah, the rainbow belongs to God, not you, or something
Yeah.
like that. And I was just like, oh.
That's so much money wasted on that.
I know.
But see, with Mark, the owner of Old State, he gets donations whenever he posts shit like that. So
He's
like
a grifter.
His livelihood is tied in to his hate and his ignorance. But the thing, my major concern, and I've told you this, I've told everyone who's willing to listen, what we saw at Canyon County Pride, their first year, the year before last, was a bad actor went in there and they said they saw something that they didn't actually see.
Yeah.
And then the result of that was one of the most harmful anti-trans bills that we have right now.
Yeah.
So my concern is we get these people in there and they're going to make up some bullshit and it's going to end up as like more anti-trans legislation. So it's like, don't fucking be in there, kick them out.
Yeah.
They can't be in there saying, oh, we saw people naked, we saw people topless, we saw people having sex. Who knows what they're going to say? Because in the hearings, like I go to the hearings, the Republicans, like the representatives, they don't care what the truth is. It's like you could go in there and be like, I saw Bigfoot at Pride. They'd be like, we need to write a bill that says Bigfoot is not allowed at Pride. And it's like, that's where their mentality is. So the whole thing is concerning and was really deeply disappointing to me.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see Rowan like fucking harassing this woman, just like chasing her around, and everyone would be like, what's going on? And we'd say Old State Saloon, and then they'd just be like, boo, shame. But, I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah. It was gross. But I think, that was the only hiccup I saw, really.
Yeah, no, it seemed like things were pretty smooth. I know it was pretty smooth for us in the Trans Village, but I didn't feel like we had any like big issues.
And I didn't see any protesters at our event.
No, I didn't either.
Even through the march, like
and on the streets or
because I was concerned because that's where I had some engagement last year was people like walking up to me or like no, this guy like walked right up next to me and he's like, hey, so Jesus loves you, and like it's in this whole thing and I'm like, fucking no, not now. But there was none of that this year. And like I was at the front this time, and like everyone, even the people that we were walking by in the restaurants that were out eating, were like clapping and like giving us thumbs up and stuff.
Nice.
So that was really nice.
How was it walking down Capitol to the Capitol?
It was fun.
Was that cool in any way? Or
it was cool walking past
like City Hall.
Walking past City Hall was really cool.
Kind of
seeing like the flag that was up that Mayor McLean made the city flag. So that was really cool. I wasn't really afraid. I was worried that I would be sort of afraid of some protesters or someone being potentially violent, but it was really a good time.
Yeah, no, it looked like I got to see everybody as they came back, and it just seemed like everyone was lots of good chants, and just seemed like it was a good time for folks.
Yeah, our volunteer coordinator, Alex crushed it, because I was at the front and Boise Blackbirds ran up and with a megaphone or whatever and tried to hand it to me, and I was like, I am maxed on like my social, because I have such bad social anxiety and like stage fright. Right. So I was like, I can't do that. And Alex was like, I'll do it, and he fucking crushed it.
Yeah, he did. Well, and a megaphone and chants aren't for everyone.
No, that's so not.
I couldn't even blow the whistle. I couldn't even blow the whistle.
That made me laugh so hard, and it was right when we started filming, and I was like, I couldn't do. I just wanted to stop and laugh.
I was like,
but it was alive.
It's embarrassing. I have whistle anxiety. Yeah, and I mean, we all have our gifts, and I think it's important that we know them.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that made me laugh.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, to be
It's
fair,
wild.
I'm like that with a kazoo. I have trouble with kazoos for some reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh man, yeah, that made
Yeah,
me
it was
laugh.
a good weekend overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now it's like kind of back to normal-ish.
Yeah, back to normal-ish. We have a lot of events coming up that
Mhm.
I want to get started on, just because like our experience, the number one takeaway from this experience of planning this event is to get started as soon as possible.
Yeah.
To be like, fuck you, we did everything by the book months in advance, like we're doing this and you can't tell us no.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're in a position where we can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and one update to give folks is Elliot from Pink Pistols reached out to me. He had to go out of state for a job with like the Forest Service, but with this new administration, it's been completely gutted, and he's like stuck up there. He thinks he's not going to be able to come back until like spring.
Oh wow.
So he reached out to me to help him with the Boise chapter of Pink Pistols.
Oh cool.
So I'm going to start. He's giving me all of the information for that. So we're going to start doing like the monthly meetings and the range days and all of that stuff. So I'm going to start getting some of that information out for everyone, because I think now it's imperative that we have these things, just because.
Well, and they're talking about taking guns away from trans
exactly
people now.
Yeah, so I guess he said because of that, lately there's just been an influx of new members, and he can't be here,
right?
And he's like fantastic. He's the perfect guy for that
is.
role, but he's just not here. So I'm gonna hold down the fort until he gets back, so you can go to another range
and
day.
Go to the range again.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that'll be fun and really beneficial, because it is nerve-wracking that we could potentially be losing the right to bear arms.
Yeah, well, and they just passed that thing around that ICE can just stop basically brown people.
Yeah.
They're working in low-paid jobs, or they're speaking Spanish.
Yeah, they're legally allowed to racially profile folks. So that's where we're at.
Well, and it's where we said we were going. I mean, and the truth is, it's already been happening.
Right, of course. Now it's just
they just
like,
got the blessing from the Supreme Court.
They can say it out loud now. So, yeah. But I think...
And there's a thing, part of me feels like, too, with this, because now we're like... Because Transjoy Boise basically kicked off after the march last year. So we're kind of in our first year going into our second year. So in some ways, it's almost kind of like our new year, right? So I think it's definitely into like getting the planning and figuring out the next steps. And I'm really excited for it. I feel like we're a lot more solid in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We've got a great team. Even if like they're not like officially, we've got like the resources we have.
Yeah.
And we're growing our team.
And like you said, more and more people are reaching out to us, wanting us to either take over something that they've been doing, or to join us in doing something, or those sorts of things. So it'd be exciting to see. I must say, I'm having a, like I don't have much capacity for that sort of stuff right now. So it's cool to see it going. There's a part of like feeling of like I'm missing out on something, but it's so great. For me, it's so great to be able to see people who are in their element doing what they want without even thinking of not thinking about it at all. Like in the sense of just like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm, you know what I mean? Like you can just tell when people are in it, and you, Mister, are very much in your, in your body, in this moment, in the work, and it looks effortless. I know that it's not, but I think when it looks effortless, that's when it's, you know what I mean? There's something special going on there, and it's really cool to get to witness, and I'm excited to see where that's going to continue to go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of us. I think it's cool.
I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Like I've really had to take a step back. Yeah. And I'm probably still going to it a little bit. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I just want you to, I think sometimes I just want you to own it.
Thank you. That means a
you
lot.
are a leader, and you have been for a year.
It's so weird. It's still hard for me to think that, because when we started this, we were both like hesitant. Like we didn't want to be at the, not necessarily, like for me personally, it wasn't that I didn't want to be fighting. I of course wanted to be fighting. I just didn't want to be the person or like one of the people that was, because I'm just always so like, I'm just going to be in the background. Like, don't look at me, you know, like I can write stuff for you, but like, I don't want, like, just don't perceive me.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's like kind of the combination of like all the ingredients are there. And that's the thing. I think when all the little parts are aligned, things just come together. And I think like your personal stuff, your educational stuff, your I think your Pacey Speaks stuff, your transjoy Boise stuff, it's all super integrated.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's you, you know? And oftentimes we're fragmented. And I think that's kind of how you were for a while, was just kind of fragmented and trying to figure out how to do all these sorts of things and how am I going to make all this work. And I think that it's all kind of come to a way in which it's all very interconnected and gelled, and there's not any like pull from one thing in order to do the other. It's all so interconnected.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you've done the work.
It's been a long time coming. I think, you know, looking at it in the way that this is our first, like we're going into our second year, because we weren't even called Transjoy Boise.
No.
We were just,
we only became Transjoy Boise because of the Instagram handle.
Exactly.
Really, like it all just kind of developed.
Yeah. So I think it's really exciting. I'm really excited for this year. I think we've got some cool events coming up, particularly like in June.
Yeah, and a lot of folks were reaching out and like, how can I volunteer? How can I donate? What's your next projects? And so I always just told people to follow us on our Instagram. That's kind of the best place to really get connected with things. And so I'm really excited because I do think we're going to be able to jump to the next level. I think we should really think about how we're going to organize from here on out.
Yeah.
Whether we're like LLC, nonprofit, fiscal sponsor, like whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's kind of the next level for us.
So too.
To move forward.
Just kind of organically going. Yeah. I love it. It feels right, and it feels so fulfilling to be able to go to these events and have people show up and be moved by them. And it's just, I love that we're doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I love that we get to do this together.
I agree. Excited about it. I think that's an episode.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I'm excited that the event is over. It was a lot of stress. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful, beautiful time. Pride was fun. And I have had a couple days of just like doing nothing. Yeah. And now I'm getting ready to start.
I had one day of doing nothing again, but I started back at my job one of my jobs this week.
Oh yeah.
All that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's been nice I definitely had to shut it down. Yeah. For a day or two.
Yeah. Monday for me, I just didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Played video games.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
See you next week.